engine! And this? Well, it's the Viper ACR.
Ask a Viper ACR, a car made by Dodge, why its used value has gone up enough to match the price of a new Lamborghini Huracan, and it will tell you to shut your commie mouth.
Because there's nothing polite about a front-engined V10 weapon dipped in dive planes, splitters, and wings, all in the name of creating crushing amounts of downforce to extract every possible morsel of performance from its special sticky tires. In fact, it's happy to say bye-bye to 29 miles per hour of its top speed, all in the name of clawing back time in the corners. This is the ACR, after all, with the extreme aero package.
The Viper has always been dangerous, so let's find out if the last V10 Viper broke the mold and tamed the snake.
If you're new to Throttle House, we do car reviews, track tests, and quite a lot of messing around. So subscribe and hit the bell.
Okay, 8.4 litres, V10. Weighs as much as a Golf R. I can do this, I can do this. America, think America. Okay, so what have we got? This engine, 645 horsepower, and even though it's naturally aspirated, because it has such huge displacement, it's actually putting out 600 pound-feet of torque. And even though it hits peak torque at 5,000 RPM, there, I've got torque down low. Wow, the brakes. Carbon ceramics as standard with the ACR. But I don't think the engine is the highlight of this car, which is weird because I thought it would be a naturally aspirated V10. It isn't something like the R8 or the Huracan. But no, that isn't the highlight. The highlight is everything else. They say this car is capable of 1.5 lateral Gs, thanks to the ridiculous downforce coming from the aero. And the grip in these tires. What a serious machine! It doesn't even rev that high. Just over 6,000 RPM. And the sound, it's not a characterful, sonorous singing note. It's just blasting you. And it drones in the cabin and it booms. Especially at about 4,000 RPM, it just rings in your ears. But it's so aggressive. In place of melody, there's just chaos. Especially after 4,500 RPM. Listen, ready? There! And have I mentioned, we have a manual transmission. And as stupid as it sounds, a Mazda Miata has one of the best transmissions on sale because of how mechanical and connected it feels. And this is the first car in a long time that absolutely matches that in shifter feel. In fact, the only thing that actually makes this car hard to drive are the fact that the pedals are so close together that even while I'm wearing just normal Pumas, makes it feel like I'm wearing clown shoes because I accidentally keep hitting towing. The way this thing turns in, this has side pipe exhausts. And you know what? I know it's got the tyres and the downforce, but I'm not convinced those side exhausts aren't working as sideways thrusters, helping to push the car in as well. Because there's nothing left on the table when it comes to the grip levels of this car. It defies any street car I've driven on this track, any street legal car. Wow.
Okay, so it's funny because this is really mechanical, but then the pedals are powered. Why? Weird. Okay. Viper ACR. Let's see what she's got. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like Danny McBride in Tropic Thunder. Blowing up a line of palm trees. Screaming, Mother Nature just pissed her pantsuit. That is just a really effective engine. Oh my lord. Just so much displacement. Oh my god, the grip. All right, let's see what she does on the straights. James, what's going on about? Oh my. I'm gonna say it again. I'm sure we've said it already a couple times in the video. I'm gonna say it again. 8.4 liters. V10, 8.4 liters. That displacement is so massive, I think I need to visualize it for you. 8.4 liters. What does that look like? Well, I've actually asked James to prepare a demonstration so we can see exactly what, all right.
Yeah.
Cool, what do you got? Explain this to me.
8.4 litres. Right there, in the flesh.
Yeah, okay, so well, what's the cake for then?
Cake?
Yeah, what, you brought a cake, why is there a cake?
For eating. You're such a weirdo.
All right, so you know about the engine, sort of, now. What about the rest of the car? Because this is a car that you don't really want to drive on the road too much. It's just a bit loud and boomy and harsh. It's not very comfortable. The seats aren't amazing. And that's all because every aspect of this is designed for, oh my god, the grip, for corners. I've never driven a car with this much downforce before. And I'll tell you right now, you can go into corners and speeds that you don't, like even these tight ones, you just don't think that it should be able to do, and it just does it. Oh my god, my face is coming off. Oh. The steering gets really heavy when loaded up too. Nice feedbacky front end. You know what? This car is not hard to drive. It looks really intimidating, but the damping is unbelievably good. We have a very bumpy track and nothing seems to unstick it. That V10 is completely behind the front axle. The weight distribution is perfect. The front end grips, the rear goes progressively. It's actually very easy to drive fast. I say that though, it's not really, because you have to recalibrate your brain as to what speeds you can enter a corner. If this isn't the fastest road car we've had around this track when I do the lap time, I've done something wrong. Mark my words. Okay, this is a car designed for grip. It's designed for track driving. It's designed for being very serious. But for me, the test of, you know, how well a car is balanced is when you try and slide it around a little bit. So let's turn all the systems completely off. It's worth noting that at our track, we don't really have any crazy long, sweeping, wide exit corners. So I usually drift this corner here in second or third gear, depending on the car. In this car, it's first gear. Pitch it in.
I have never had to move my hands and feet so fast as I did sliding this car around. It just wants to grip, which means inevitably getting these shots meant a few of these happened.
Oh, yeah, no, I've spun the car. I spun it. Yep, that's expected.
Thankfully for my ego, this car was really not meant for drifting. It's meant for breaking lap records.
What kind of a lap time can this lay down? With this level of like suspension, these are Bilstein dampers, two-way adjustable. With this level of sophistication and aero and just mechanical raw grip and power, this has got to be one of the fastest cars. Let's find out.
Okay, time for the lap times. As always, this was recorded at the beginning of the day when the tires were still fresh, and as usual, our rules are 1 warm-up lap and only 3 hot laps, so I needed to figure out corner grip levels quickly, which was a challenge, because I had to fully commit to corner entry speeds that were far higher than any car I've ever driven. This particular Viper ACR was only running -2 degrees of camber up front, which I found out did cause a bit of mid-corner push when the tires got hot, so I had to be gentle with the fronts to get as much grip out of them as I could at the limit, which was difficult when the whole car wasn't gentle. This ACR wasn't spec'd with the optional harnesses, so it was up to me to hold my body in place in the corners, which honestly was a massive challenge with the G-forces. I don't usually wear a full fireproof racing suit for these hot laps. I reserve it for real race cars. The fact that I'm wearing it tells you all you need to know about how brutal and quick this machine really is. Let's watch the rest of the lap.
Okay.
I got some. I got your hockey pads here for you.
Oh, my nerves.
Your vents.
Oh, sorry, I'm just a little bit
Well,
over
it's
here.
vents on vents because there's vents. There's already vents.
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
What is that?
What's what? Sorry? Oh, my shirt. Oh, yeah. This was just a little addition that I made.
I'm not happy about this.
That's, I thought it was a legendary quote.
At least you spelled the name correctly.
Yeah, we made sure we got it right. It's important. These are for sale right now on thethrottle.com.
Genuinely didn't know. Didn't know that existed.
Okay, all right, are you guys ready? I got the windows open here. For the lap time.
Yeah.
Trick question, you're not.
Well, you know what? It's interesting. Watching you from the sidelines,
Yes.
it looked, on the straights you didn't look that quick. But it was clear that you were holding the speed.
No, okay, so if I'm being honest, right now I feel calm, I look calm, everything's great.
Yeah.
My hair is legendary.
I can't take this t-shirt seriously.
It's very important that you just focus on me right now, okay?
Hold on, just quick background on this. If you don't know what this is,
Yeah, this is from the...
we posted a video to
what
Instagram.
video?
It's from the Lexus RCF track
Yes, it's an outtake, and it's just the best quote of all time on Throttle House. It's very important that you know about this. Go watch that video after this.
Yeah.
Now, listen, okay.
Yeah.
Where was I? Oh yeah, there's a quick Instagram video that we might put up of me shortly after I set the lap time in this. I was dead, dummied. Adrenaline like I've never felt before, because this thing is capable of utterly insane performance.
I know.
Performance that I did not think was even possible from not a race car.
I mean, it kind of is a race car.
Yeah, I was saying, it's literally a harness and a roll bar away from a race car. It's just,
All right,
it's
come on.
ready to
All right,
race.
what's lap time? What's lap time?
All right, ready? What's the ZL11LE time? You have
Okay,
the,
I have
it
the
up here,
stuff
right?
here, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the fastest car on our track has been the BAC Mono.
Yes, but
And
that's
then,
like always on slicks. It's
Yes.
like a track ready. Yeah.
And then leading the normal cars
Yes.
is the ZL1 ZL1 1LE. I know there's lots of Americans watching this, don't
Yeah,
hurt me.
yeah.
I too am one of you. The fastest car, which is the ZL1 1LE,
Yes.
is a 1:11.12.
Okay. This did. Ready?
And then we got the Mazepin, I'm sorry, the MX-5 at the bottom there. At the 1:20.80.
Whoa, that was legendary
MX-5.
joke.
The
Legendary
Mazda,
joke.
the Mazda MX-5 is at the
Mazda.
bottom. Yeah.
Anyway, it spun off the track actually once during that lap. Okay, so this did a 1:10.55.
Wow.
On its warm-up lap.
What?
What's the BAC Mono time?
1:07.52. What is it?
107.52.
Yeah.
This did 107.55.
Wow. Wow. So it's BAC mono level.
It's BAC mono level. And okay, so I only did 2 hot laps.
Yeah.
Because the first lap was a 107.55 and the second lap was a 108.55. And my second lap, I thought, was like technically better. I thought I did a better lap, but the time went down, so the tires were falling off on the front. They overheated too fast.
These are the special tires for this, right? These are
Kumo Exta, whatever.
They even say ACR on them.
Yeah. They're special.
Well, the BAC mono I found actually.
Can we for a second?
Yes.
107.55.
But I think you have the downforce and the tires to thank for that.
It's just downforce is what it was. The car was
ridiculous displacement.
Yeah, obviously
everything
later. But it's funny because like the BAC mono uses lightness and accuracy to get its time. This uses air and brute strength. It's a totally different philosophy, but almost exactly the same time. Just absolutely, and honestly,
that's really impressive.
If I went out again, but these are not our rules. On Throttle House, I do the 1 session for the hot lap.
Yeah, you do 1 warm up, 3 hot laps,
and 1 cool down. But this was fun, so I don't need 2. But that's our rule. So I can't do any more. But I guarantee if I went out in this again, I could, when the tires are at the right temperature, I could get a
right. But the
time
same
that
is true for the mono.
For the mono, I could go and get more time with it. But
all right, should we talk about how it looks then?
Yeah, we need to because that's the bit.
It looks the part. I mean,
okay.
So
I'm
be
still
told,
a little bit adrenaline. Honestly, from the hot, like this is where I'm coming down off of it.
Yeah.
I feel tired now. I need an apple.
Can you change your T-shirt?
No,
or
this is
something?
very important that you keep staring at this.
Okay, so I was behind this in traffic this morning,
Yes.
and I was just smiling.
Yeah.
And is that not the point?
Look at this thing.
All right, so this
Look
has
at this.
This has. I'm going to put these out the way.
Yes. They are PPF though,
they're
just like the whole car.
If you get a car like this, you need to PPF it.
Yes.
The value of PPF, and we put XPEL are nice enough to give us track wrap for our actual drag races.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's
amazing.
If you have a car, you just need to do it.
So this has the extreme aero package.
Yes.
So this is actually a slightly bigger spoiler, I think, than the normal
one.
Viper.
Right.
Yes, which for some reason is 1,776 millimeters.
1776. Is that?
I'm trying to figure out the relevance of the number.
Is that a significant date in America?
Nothing speaks to
Nothing
like.
comes to my mind really immediately. 1812 is definitely a number that I remember.
All I've got is 1066
Canadians
in my
won
head.
that one. 1066. Yeah. New
Oh,
Orleans
I know what
invaded.
it is. I just saw the play.
Yeah.
It's Alexander Hamilton's birthday.
I knew it was something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't realize they could sing so well in the 1700s.
Anyway, so these are out, obviously, those because this is creating more downforce in the front by evacuating air in the front. Obviously,
It does look a bit weird. Like,
Yeah,
to be
I know,
able to
but
see, it's almost open wheel from
it
here.
spits stones up while you're driving.
Look at the canards and
The cars, the splitter. Like, this is a really strong splitter. If I'm being honest, I did bash it over a couple bumps in our
this
track.
is in a very low position.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
if you look through here, you can see the adjustable Bilsteins, and they're two-way adjustable.
Why is that just a sticker?
Why is that just a sticker? I agree, because this is a really expensive car. It's the save weight.
I said this in
It's
the
save
RCS.
weight, yeah.
The save weight is the biggest scapegoat.
Yeah, absolutely.
But except these door handles make no sense because they're like
They make perfect sense. What's wrong with
they're
you?
Jaguar F-Type level of like technology.
But you know what they don't do?
In a Viper.
What the Europeans do is they do this thing where you have to like push a thing out or put your thing. This makes sense because you just go in and open. That's
You know what?
so
you know what
logical.
It is?
Look,
No, you know why?
Why?
And it affects you as well. It's because it mimics or emulates what just digging into a bag of chips.
it's very American.
Right? It just feels familiar.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I think that this is probably one of the most extreme looking cars that has ever been a legal road car. Like when you see this in person, it's impossible to describe just how low this is to the ground right here. Like this whole, like the engine is at below my knee.
But
right?
I think the biggest takeaway for me from like just the way it drives,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to daily this. Like you can't drive. It's literally either you're getting it to just track it,
Yep.
or put it away forever as like a trophy.
Yes.
It's not comfortable on the highway. It drones.
It drones all the time.
Your back brakes.
Yeah.
It really is just a track car, but at least it does that phenomenally well. That time.
Better than anything, really. Like, because the BAC motor doesn't count. It's not even road legal in Canada, and it was on slicks. This is on road, like DOT.
Hey, the way they're trying to get it road legal. They're trying to get it.
Yeah,
road
whatever. But like, this is a car that you, to be fair, you could drive this across the country. I don't
Yeah.
think I'd want to, but you could. And it is by far and away the fastest car. I thought this was going to be close to the ZL11 Elite time. It
All
wasn't.
right.
It smashed it to bits.
Dig into your bag of chips. We'll go have a look inside.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to talk about the lap time one more time because one thing that's occurred to me.
Yeah.
It's an insane lap time.
It's insane. Yeah.
And it meets the BAC mono, except no one can sit next to you in a BAC mono.
No, that's true.
Which means someone else gets to experience that.
Also, the BAC mono doesn't have storage. This has got a trunk that actually works.
It's a busy trunk though. It's got stuff.
It's got stuff in it. There's a fuel tank and some brake cooling ducts.
It looks very industrial.
But yeah, no, like to reiterate the lap time, it's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. The fact that on a warm-up lap I beat a ZL1 1LE.
Every car that's ever been on the track.
I was pussyfooting around at that point. I didn't think I was anywhere close. I was just getting used to the thing, and I was like, that must be broken. That can't be right. It's an unbelievable car.
As a passenger, you get to okay. As a passenger, you get to hold a handle that.
I wouldn't trust that. This car creates enough G-forces that I wouldn't even use that.
All right. So what do we think of the interior then? Does it match?
Well, you know what it is? It's really well designed so that when you collapse into a bag of skin going around a corner, the door sill is really close to your shoulder. And so honestly, like the third lap in, I was already beaten up, and I just wanted to go. I wanted a G-lock. It's such a crazy car.
I really, there's some stuff I really love about this. I think the steering wheel is absolutely perfect.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
I think
there's some Dodge stuff.
That is the widest noon marker I've seen in a while.
Yeah, that's not really a noon marker.
It's kind of like 11:30, 12:30.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got the old 11:30, 12:30, and then the Viper everywhere is fantastic. You got it in the gauge cluster, you got it on the steering wheel.
Yep, there's a little ACR right here. Also, check out these doors. Like they're Alcantara, but there's like a pattern in the Alcantara.
Oh yeah, that's subtle.
It's like a little race flag. It's really neat. The seats are okay. They're fine.
Yeah.
They're not the bestest.
Not great on long journeys.
No, nothing about this is. Also, funny thing, I didn't say at any other point, my helmet, I just fit with a helmet. Like just, and it's a track car, and you should be wearing a helmet when you're driving this because it does absurd speeds, but my helmet was around corners, was touching this sill right here, and it was sending the vibrations of the engine into my brain. So it was just this like,
how do you do that with your eyes?
It was just a crazy experience.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's infotainment.
This Dodge.
Yeah. Anyway, gear selector is great. Like the shifts, we talked about that earlier. The shifts are really good. It's worth saying. And it has a manual handbrake, for God's sake.
Like we're starting to get to the point now where it's rare, not rare, but like less often is driving a car both an education and an experience.
What a line.
We drive a lot of great cars.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that a Golf GTI isn't a good car. Mm-hmm. But this car has, like, I've seen it on the street rarely. And
I've never seen one of these in real life.
They're going up in value like crazy.
They are literally going up in value.
Which is really annoying. but I don't think I would be the buyer for this. But just if someone was, like, watching it just go out of reach more than the speed of the salary that they make in a year is probably quite upsetting. But wow, what a...
It is one of the most shocking cars that I think I've driven, and it's worthy of the lap time that it set down, and I'm so happy that we got it on the leaderboard because it's such a thing. Like cars like this, we can say this with utter and complete confidence, will never exist again.
If by cars like this, Thomas means unapologetic massive displacement, naturally aspirated V10s, then yes, this is probably the last of them. And as an experience, and by the performance numbers, nothing comes close. I'd even go so far as to say it's not even that fun to drive. Just brutally intense.
But Dodge turned what could have been a dangerous, overpowered rear-wheel drive ball of uncontrolled chaos into a formidable precision weapon. And with the right attitude and the right pair of shoes, it is a snake that anyone can charm. Assuming you have some Advil and an on-site chiropractor. Thanks for watching.